two children, I know you all love to listen to story, isn't it? Am I right? So today I'm going to tell you a story. The name of the story is The Foolish Tortoise. The Foolish Tortoise. Please sit and listen to me, children. You will love the story. Once there lived a tortoise in a large pool. So where did the tortoise live, children? In a large pool. He had made friends with two swans, and the tortoise had two friends, two swans. The three friends loved one another very much. The three friends loved one another like you also love your friends, isn't it, children? So the three friends loved one another very much. The swans daily came to the tank. After having a hearty swim, they would sit on a rock. So what did the swans do? Every day they came to the large pool and they used to have a hearty swim. Then what they used to do? They used to sit on a rock on the bank of the pool. The tortoise would also come there and perch on a cliff near the bank. So the two swans, they used to sit on a rock on the bank of the pool. See, two swans and tortoise. And the tortoise also used to come. And the tortoise used to sit on a cliff, means on a high rock. And the tortoise used to sit there. All the three would sit and chat for hours happily. So the three friends, two swans and the tortoise, they used to sit for hours and chat happily. This went on for a number of years. Now let us see, children, what happened. Now one year, it so happened that there was a long drought. The rains failed and there were no good crops either. As a result, a famine broke out. Means there were no crops and the famine broke out. A famine broke out. Men, women, children and animals died in large numbers because there was no food to eat. Because of the famine, crops did not grow, children, and there was no food to eat. So due to hunger, men, women, children and animals died in large numbers. Birds also flew to safe regions where it had rained in plenty. So the swans also decided to leave the area and go somewhere else. So at last the swans also decided to leave that area and go away somewhere else. Now let us see, children, what happened next. But the tortoise was their fast friend. The pool where he lived had almost dried up. The pool where the tortoise lived almost dried up. So they grew anxious about him also. The two swans, they thought of their friend tortoise also. When they met him, as usual, they said to him, "Friend, this pool is going to dry up very soon. We are worried about you. We are birds and so we can fly to any other place, but can't leave you to die here." So what did the two swans tell the tortoise? The two swans told the tortoise that, "Friend, this pool is going to dry up very soon and we are worried about you because we will leave this place and because we will go away and we cannot leave you alone over here." The tortoise also felt worried. At the same time, he felt extremely pleased at the love of his friends for him. But at the same time, the tortoise was also very happy, children, to see the love of his friends for him. So he said in a voice almost choked with emotion, "Friends, I am really grateful to you for your concern about my future." Then what did the tortoise tell the swans? That I'm really very grateful and very happy that you think of me, you think of about my future. But what is to be must be. Who can go against his will? You must fly to some safe place. My best wishes are with you. So the tortoise said that I cannot fly, but you can fly. So the tortoise told the two swans that you'll fly and you'll go away. My best wishes are with you. And what will happen to me will happen. Let me stay here only. The swans wept to hear the words of the tortoise. Now both the swans, they wept to hear the words of the tortoise. They said, no, we must do something to help you. But the swans did not agree with the tortoise. They said, no, we cannot leave you alone. When our friends are in trouble, children, do we leave them alone? Do you leave them alone? I hope you don't leave them alone. We must always help our friends when they are in trouble. Isn't it, children? So now let us see what happened. It is our duty as your true friends. If we do not stand by you at this dark hour, we would not be able to pardon ourselves. So the swans told the tortoise that we are true friends. We are your true friends. We cannot leave you alone. If we leave you alone, you will die, and we cannot pardon ourselves. So those who are our true friends, they will not leave us and go when we are in trouble. Isn't it, children? So the swans thought hard and at last hit upon a workable plan. So what happened, children? They thought of a plan. The swans thought of a plan. They decided that they would look for a strong stick that could bear the weight of the tortoise. So the swans decided to look for a strong stick that could bear the weight of the tortoise. The tortoise was to hold the stick in his mouth at its middle. The swans were to hold its ends in their beaks. So the swans told the tortoise that you hold the stick with your mouth tightly in the middle, and both of us, we will hold with the beaks at its ends. When they were to fly up in the sky, slowly carrying the tortoise with them. Then they were ready to fly. The two swans were ready to fly up in the sky, slowly carrying the tortoise with them. When the swans told the tortoise about their plan, he was beside himself with joy. So when the swans told the tortoise was very happy. When our friends, when we are in problem, when our friends try to solve a problem, we feel very happy, isn't it? We feel proud of a friend. So let us see what happened. He thanked his friends once again for the anxiety about his safety. So the tortoise thanked his friends. But there is a serious danger too, said one of the swans. But one of the swans said that there is a serious danger too. Now what is that? Let me know, said the tortoise in worry. So the tortoise got worried and he said, now what is it? Please tell me. If by chance you try to speak or lose your hold on the stick, in any case, you are sure to fall down and be killed, explained the swan. Now the swan explained to the tortoise that by chance, if you try to speak or lose your hold on the stick, in any case, then you're sure to fall down and be killed. Now let us see, children, what happened to the tortoise. Why should I be that foolish after all? So the tortoise said that, why should I be that foolish after all? I I shall in no case utter a word as long as we are flying high up. So the tortoise said, this is the tortoise, children, this is the stick, and these are the two swans. This is the tortoise, this is the long stick the tortoise is holding in the middle, and the two swans are holding with its beaks at the end. So the tortoise said that, why should I be foolish? In no case I will not utter a word as long as we are flying high up. Nor shall I open my mouth in any other case. I will not open my mouth in any other case. So the tortoise promised to his friends that at any case, unless and until we reach a destination, I will not open my mouth. Now let us see what happened to the tortoise, children. So the tortoise said, nor shall I open my mouth in any other case, said the tortoise in an assuring tone. The tortoise promised to both his friends, to both the swans, that I will at any case, no matter whatever happens, I will not open my mouth. So the swans brought a strong stick. See, children, this is the stick, strong stick. The tortoise held it tightly in his mouth. So the swans brought a strong stick. What did the tortoise do? The tortoise held it tightly in his mouth, while the swans held its ends in their beaks. See, the tortoise holding with its mouth in the middle, and both the swans are holding at its ends with their beaks. Before taking off, the swans reminded the tortoise once again that he was not to open his mouth in any case. And before taking off, both the swans, they told the tortoise that at any case, they reminded the tortoise that at any case you will not open your mouth. Now let us see, children, what happened. Up went the three friends, slowly taking off from the bank of the pool. So now up went the three friends, slowly taking off from the bank of the pool. Soon they reached the higher layers of the air. So what happened? Slowly, slowly they reached the higher layers of the air. They flew over fields, hills, and forest. So what happened, children? They flew over fields, hills, and forest. All the three friends were very happy. All the three friends were very happy that their plan was working well. So children, when we fall in trouble, when our friends come to help us, when they help us, when our friends help us, and when that problem is over, when the trouble is over, all of us, we enjoy it and we feel happy. Isn't it, children? Now let us see what happened. During the course of their flight, the three friends flew over a village. So what happened, children, now? During the course of their flight, the three friends flew over a village. They was flying over a village. The children of the village were playing outside it. The children of the village were playing outside it. One of the children chanced to see the strange sight in the sky, and when they were flying over a village, what happened, children? The children of the village, they were playing outside. So by chance, one of the children looked on top and saw the strange sight in the sky. He told, then what did he say? He told his mates about it, and all of them looked up. Now all the children, they looked up. The children had never seen anything like that before. So they clapped their hands, shouting at the top of their voices, "Look, look! Two birds are carrying a tortoise by means of a stick. How wonderful indeed!" So the children, they looked on top and they clapped, they shouted. When we see anything, we don't expect, when we see anything strange things, then we shout, isn't it? We clap hands, we shout. Then they said, "Look, look, two birds are carrying a tortoise by means of a stick. How wonderful indeed." See, the children are playing and the tortoise, two swans. And the children are shouting. The shouts of the children made the tortoise uneasy. So the shouts of the children made the tortoise uneasy. He was surprised why they were raising a hue and cry on the ground after all. He said to himself, "I am being carried by my friends. What have these people to do with it?" So the children and everyone, the people, they were shouting. Then the tortoise said to himself, "I am being carried by my friends. So why are you all shouting? You have no right to shout like that, Ken. Foolish, really foolish of them," the tortoise said this. Lost in these thoughts, the tortoise forgot all about the danger that could be there if he opened his mouth, because his two friends, before only they warned him not to open his mouth. But he forgot about it. The more the children shouted, the more upset the tortoise felt. At last his patience gave in and he lost control of himself. He made up his mind to rebuke the children for having fun at his expense. So he forgot everything, and what he did, so quite unmindful of the tragic result, the foolish tortoise opened his mouth to say, "Shut up, you fools. It is none of your business to shout at us like that." So what did the tortoise tell the children? "Shut up, you fools. It is none of your business to shout at us like that." As soon as the tortoise opened his mouth to speak, his hold on the stick was lost. Down came he tumbling through the air from such a height. So as soon as he opened his mouth, then what happened? His hold on the stick was lost, and down came he tumbling. See, children, see the two swans, stick and the tortoise, and the village people and children. The tortoise came down tumbling. The children playing outside the village looked at the falling tortoise in horror. They shouted loudly, and a number of villagers ran to see what had happened to the children. So the children started shouting louder, and other people of the village, they came to see what happened to the children. As for the swans, they went on flying with a stick in their beaks, but it felt a lot lighter now. Soon they came to know of what had happened. So when the swans came to know what had happened, they felt extremely sorry for their friend who had lost his life because of his own stupidity. The tortoise fell down on the ground with a loud thud. As a result, he was no more. The children and other people of the village had gathered to see the dead tortoise. Everyone felt sorry for the poor creature indeed. So the children and other people of the village had gathered to see the dead tortoise because he fell from a height, from the air, and the tortoise was dead. Everyone felt sorry for the poor creature. So children, what do we learn from the story? What is the moral of the story? This story has a valuable lesson for you, children. This story has a valuable lesson for you. One who disregards the advice of one's well-wishers always suffers heavily. One who disregards the advice of one's well-wishers always suffers heavily. That means people, those who are well-wishers, means our friends, our teachers, our parents, our relatives, they are our well-wishers. Isn't it, children? If we don't listen to the advice, then what will happen to us? We will fall in trouble. We will have problems. So we have to listen to our well-wishers. So children, I hope you have liked the story. All of you have liked the story, children. So, thank you, children. Bye-bye. And remember the moral of the story. Bye, children.